So I was seeing this girl years and years ago, and I went off to Australia and carried on talking. And I got back about a month after, round about Halloween time, and they were throwing this big like kind of house party, and and she invited me down, so I was like, cool. So I went down, and it was yeah, like everyone was like fucked up, having a great time. Anyway, I see her like talking to this like big guy. He's like a lot bigger than me. And they were kind of, they had a vibe going on. So I kind of pulled her to one side at one point and was like, you guys like kind of together, or like what's going on? She's like looking around like, no, 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 nothing like that. I'm like, okay, like game on. So I'm just kind of doing my thing and like hanging around, and sort of like we're chatting. I'm like fixing her drinks up and like dancing and stuff. All the well, I didn't realize they'd literally been going out maybe like a week or so after I'd gone to Australia. So all this time they were pretty much like a couple. For some reason she didn't really want to like tell me. I don't know, maybe she liked the attention. And then after like 3 or 4 hours, I remember like sitting there in sort of like the lounge area in this house, rolling a cigarette. The lights get switched off, so I'm like, what's going on? Then like five guys just like come up, and I'm like literally just getting battered, and I can barely like stand up. And I managed to sort of like get up straight and sort of like try and square up, and then I get smacked in the face. And then there was this door which had a huge pane of glass through it, like really thin glass, like from like the 70s, like kind of era. So of course I went straight through it. My hand went through first. You can't really see it, but I got giant slash where the hand went through, and then my ass went through it afterwards, and it slashed right up my leg, missing like my ligament by about like this much.
Mm.
And yeah, the beatings just carried on. Then after about like 15 minutes or so, kind of eased off. Everyone kind of backed off. And I was like, okay, I think I'll get my coat and leave now. So I did. And then I'm walking back and I'm like bleeding everywhere. I'm pretty like fucked up. So I wasn't really that aware of what was going on. Got home, and then I was like, I better take a shower because, I'm about to get into bed.
Mm.
Took off my trousers, water came down, and I was like, fuck. Didn't even notice my leg, but there was a cut like this big, and it had gotten about that wide where the flesh was literally coming and sort of like folding. The skin was like
Flowering out.
flowering out precisely.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I can't sleep on that. So like at 4 in the morning, I like knock on my parents' door, like, I need to go to hospital. And they're like, what?